Okay, so unfortunately, I have to talk about my health yet again. The last video, the health update that I made was about 2.5 weeks ago, and I had really hoped to be a lot better by now, but unfortunately, that is not the case. So I can go a little bit more in depth of what the issue is, and before I do that, I want to preface please do not send me medical advice. What I have is extremely rare, and the way it presents itself in my body is also, on top of that, really rare. So, this is not your typical run of the mill issue. So, as I explained in my last video, I have ankylosing spondylitis. It's not a fun disease. It's an overactive immune system, which means that it's an autoimmune disease. It's rheumatism and it's arthritis, all wrapped into one fun disease, and it's not fun. But I was on Hyrimoz injections, which is an adalimumab, and that out of the blue gave me psoriasis, a really rare form of psoriasis. They call it pustular psoriasis on my hands and on my feet. And about 4.5 weeks ago, I went to the dermatologist and she gave me a hormonal corticosteroid salve. And it worked for the hands and a little bit on the feet. But what we didn't know at that point in time is that, along with the prednisone anti inflammatory injection that I got, that resulted in a full body allergic reaction. Really fun. No, it's not. And that allergic reaction has morphed into psoriasis vulgaris, which is the more of the run of the mill variant of psoriasis that I already had a little bit over the years. Never had any massive issues with that, but yeah, not fun. It's on the entire body now, but the pustular psoriasis on the hands kept continuing, and the salve kept giving me allergic reactions, so they changed the salves a couple times. It didn't really do much. Then we thought about early last week, we thought that we might start to get this under control a little bit. I was able to walk for about 5 to 10 minutes every day, which is not much, but I really thought I was doing a little bit better. And unfortunately, the pustular psoriasis decided to come back, but with a vengeance. Because the skin on my hands, it's like healing. You can't really see it much. You see some redness here, but under this is all like super new and like young skin, and partially it's still like breaking and just cracking open because it's so dry, and that's what psoriasis does to you. And the new pustules are just starting to come underneath the very new skin, but also underneath the cracked and dry bits. And the pressure of that, it's just breaking everything apart. And so yeah, my hands are on fire yet again, and my feet are still on fire. The rest of the body is just itchy and annoying, but I can handle itchy and annoying. Like, my pain threshold is quite okay. But walking as if you're literally walking on hot coals or glass, it's not fun. And everything I touch with my hands, it's like grabbing a hot poker or glass. So yeah, it's not fun. And so we looked at treatment options. They were thinking about giving me methotrexate, which in the like the amount that I would have it would be a really low dosage, but methotrexate unfortunately does nothing for my ankylosing spondylitis. So at this point in time, they prefer not giving that to me. Methotrexate, for those who have dealt with cancer, it is also a form of chemotherapy. And for now, we threw that off the table. And so they are going to give me, Cosentyx, which is also known as secukinumab, which is another adalimumab like the Hyrimoz that I was already injecting before, that I haven't injected for about 5, nearly 6 weeks now. And this Cosentyx should help with ankylosing spondylitis, which is nice. It should help with psoriatic arthritis, and it should also help with all forms of psoriasis. So that's why they decided to put me on those injections. And I finally was able to get those injections in my hands today. So I have to inject myself every week for the next 5 weeks. And then after that, it's once a month, and we have to see how it goes, how it works, how my body responds. Like I said, I just picked it up, just came home. It's still cold, so I have to wait about 4 or 5 hours before I'm able to inject myself. I'm really ready to start new medication because it's very, very obvious that without medication, I am not doing well. My ankylosing spondylitis has also flared up massively. So internally in all my joints, my tendons, my internal spinal cord, my rib cage, my neck, everything is just inflamed, and I don't want to get any worse because then I might fuse. And I'm not even 35. I'm not ready for my spine or my rib cage or my neck to fuse. Like really, I'm not. I want to do fun stuff with my life still. So that's where I'm at the moment with the medical situation that we know of. I've also had some blood drawn today, and I also had to give them a urine sample. It's always fun to, like, pee in a jar. No, it's not, but you do what you can and you do what you must. So yeah, we're on the road to figuring it out, trying medication, and just trying to get this under control. It's going to be a chronic thing. Both the normal psoriasis, like I said, I already had that a little bit, and that goes and comes in waves. But the pustular psoriasis might also be a chronic thing that we need to just learn to suppress and how to best do that. So yeah, on top of the chronic illness that I already had, and I also have endometriosis, I now have this chronic illness on top. So that's fun. No, it's not. But I also just wanted to thank everyone for the massive amounts of support. I've had so many emails, I've had so many messages, comments, DMs of people supporting me, sending me well wishes, sending me love and support, and just it's I still can't believe the amount of love and support I got from that previous video because I was so scared of making it, and I really did not feel okay. And right now I'm also not really feeling okay, but at least we might have a plan finally. I wanted to make a video yesterday, but yesterday there still was no plan on the table. So yesterday I took the entire day to just cry and feel bad for myself because we sometimes have to have those days as well. And so today was the day that I'm gonna pick myself back up again and figure things out. I was the one calling the doctors today. I was the one begging for something, and they really took me seriously. And because I had an appointment on Tuesday next week, like we already had that arranged. It was just a waiting game, and then I had to go there, but I couldn't wait anymore. So today I was proactive. I woke up and I fixed things, and now I finally have injections that really might work because I really want to be able to walk again. I don't need to be able to do much. I just need to be able to at least walk for more than 5 minutes without pain, preferably. But thank you all so much. So many of you started to buy my merch. So many of you started supporting me on Patreon, became channel members, sent me super chat and super thanks and all that stuff. And so many of you decided to use the tip link in the description and directly support me on PayPal. And I do not have the stress of being scared of not being able to pay my bills for at least a little while. I'm not sure when I'll be able to come back. I don't want to make false promises that I can't keep. Whenever I make a promise, I will keep it. I promised that I was going to Turkey, and that's my flight will be leaving in about 3 weeks. So I don't want to break that promise, and I want to be okay enough to at least fly to Turkey and do the tour and be there with all the people that signed up because we got a nice big group this year. And yeah, I just thank you all. Just really, truly, thank you all so much. And thank you all so much for sharing your own medical issues and health issues and the way you dealt with it and what helped you, what got you through it. It really, really means a lot to me to know that I'm not alone in this, even though what I have is quite rare and the way it presents itself really is super rare because the professor at the Amsterdam hospital. That's also, like that's a medical professor, but also she works in the hospital. And she was like, I have not seen this present in this way. It's possible. She had heard of it. Like they went into the literature and they went into all the available information. So, yeah, they knew that it was possible, but she had never seen it herself. And I think she was in her mid 50s and she's been at her job for quite a while. So she's seen things. Like she's a professor dermatologist. Like she knows her stuff. And so, yeah, that's why figuring out what type of medication, like injectables, we could use was a bit of a puzzle. I have hope that we're finally on the right track and that we can get this under control. And I hope to maybe next week do a live stream. I know I said that in the last video, and I'm so sorry for like letting all of you down and not coming on here and do a live stream and have fun for a moment. But maybe next week, and we can talk about dolmens because a lot of people saw my dolmen short when I was a couple days away for relaxation that I needed. And yeah, I went to a dolmen and I made a very short video. And a lot of people were asking me, like, what are dolmens for? How were they built? Why did they build them? And all that stuff. So I thought maybe that's a fun subject for like a short live stream of like 30 minutes to maybe an hour if I'm okay enough to do that. And yeah, again, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting me. I've never asked for help before in my life. Like, that's just not who I am. I always fix my own stuff. And I was really, really stressed about paying bills and making ends meet. And you guys, all of you, you were just there and supporting me. And I never expected such massive outpouring of just love and support. So thank you. And hopefully I'm back soon. Know that I love all y'all. And yeah, hopefully soon I'll be back to my happy go lucky, bubbly, passionate about history self. And until then, I'll be in pain for at least a couple days, maybe a week or two, but hopefully the end is near. I can at least see a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't see that yesterday, but I think we're getting there. So I'm trying to keep my hopes up, and hopefully I'll be back soon. Okay, see you guys. Bye.